All right, I'd like to welcome everyone into the RSL Sports Network. We've got Head Coach Kristian Williams of the Dover Lady Pirates in her third year now. Third year is crazy. It's moving by fast. Y'all are off to a hot start, 5-0 in non-conference play. Talk to me a little bit about the games you've had so far early on in the season.
Well, we call it the 4A area that we played Dardanelle, Pottsville, and Clarksville. I came in, I'm trying to play local teams. I think it's good for the gate, good for the community to play close teams, to see kind of where we're at with the different teams around here. We had a close game with Dardanelle. We did not shoot the ball very well. It's 22% actually from the field, and still came away with the victory. And like I told them after, if we can shoot that percentage and find a way to win, then I'm fine with it. And we can always find something to work on from close games like that. And shot selection late was one that we really picked apart after. We were shooting, 28, 30 and the shot clock left when we were up. So definitely things we learned from that game.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all got the Scranton Classic starting today. Y'all are going to Scranton tonight, take on the Lady Rockets. Tell me what y'all got to do to get a victory in that one.
Well, they're off to a good start as well. They're 8-0, and so we've been talking about just doing what we do is like defense from the beginning. We like to press back into some different sort of, we're playing with some 1-3-1s, some matchups, some man, just learning how to go from one to another real quick. And we talk some about other teams, but mainly focus on what we're going to do like ourselves.
Right. Y'all, the other night when I was calling the Pottsville game, it seemed like y'all were in a 3-2 a lot. Is that, you said you're trying to switch it up. What do you think your base would be? I'm guessing is what I'm asking.
Well, of course I'm man-to-man, but I like to mix it up, and this is a team that's been fun, that catches on different things, and we're morphing into whatever the offense. So you say it's a 3-2, but it's whatever. It's whatever the offense gives us.
Right. I see. I see. To have a team that's able to adjust like that, that's like you said, it's fun that they can be able to understand that and be able to do those types of things. So that's could be really big for you moving on. You've got Two Rivers on Friday, so as you open conference play. Looks like y'all are going to play 4 games in a row. You got Scranton tonight, Mulberry tomorrow, Two Rivers back at home, and then you'll finish up the Scranton Classic at Danville. Talk to me about what that's like, playing 4 games in a row with a conference game mixed in the middle. You don't see that very often.
I love it. After the break, this was the first year I actually gave them off as long as I did, and just to get our legs back. I think this is just a great way to do it. We run a lot, we're up and down, we like to play fast, so this just helps us get back into shape for conference play. Yeah,
you scored 81 against Clarksville earlier this year, and I know that a lot of the games have dictated where you're not playing a lot of the starters in the second half, but you scored 65, 55, 59, 81, 65. Looks like you're definitely getting up and pushing the pace, and is that what exactly is that in your philosophy? You just like to pressure and cause turnovers and get into a fast break? Is that something that y'all are obviously wanting to do?
Offensively, we would love to transition every time we can. Now we have half-court stuff, but I like to coach fast. I think the kids like to play fast, layups and threes. If we get some free throws in there, that's great. We're getting a lot of transition off of our defense, whether it's pressing or half-court traps or just, our man-to-man defense. We've really worked hard in the off-season. We've gotten stronger. We have a weight program. Teams are finding it hard when they get an arm bar to the chest, like finding out they're not going that way. So it's fun to see our defense turn into offense.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have got a lot of pieces to this puzzle. I was able to interview Kadee and Logan and Kenzie, obviously 3 headliners that are always going to come to the top when you talk about your team. But talk to me about the other pieces, Lily, Joe Titsworth and Madison Spradlin and some of the other girls, the Cox sisters on the team. And go ahead. And You can go from there and talk to me about the pieces.
We have 14 on the team, and they all contribute from 1 to 14, from seniors to juniors to sophomores. We've really preached a lot about practice every day, like having a certain mentality coming into practice, certain work ethic, and they all across the board have really done well with that to make us better, not just my starters, but they're making each other better. Lily Jo and Madison have been starting for me, both juniors. They just both, Lily Jo has a motor and you can't turn it off, and I love it. And then Madison, she's a workhorse. She's a banger in there. She's in there defensively, and if she'd shoot more, I'd say offensively, but she tends to kick out some shots that we're working on. Mm-hmm. And then Paisley, a sophomore, and then Kimber and Kennedy and Jordan, they've given some good minutes. And then I have Desha, that's a sophomore post that's getting better and better. And then I have senior Zoe and Tessa that give good minutes. And then I have some sophomores, Lexi and Bree, that really are grinding and getting better every day.
Yes, ma'am. Talk to me a little bit about last year's season real quick, because we y'all got to the state tournament for the first time since, it's been a while.
24 years is what I was told. So,
wow, 2000? That might be right. We won state here in 99 and had another really good team in 2000. So, incredible. Talk to me about, did you talk to the girls about that? When you got the regional, obviously you went to the third place game, didn't get the win there, which put y'all against Bergman, who ended up winning state. Obviously a 4 and a 1 is always a tough matchup. So what did you talk to the girls about going into that game? And then as you got into this season, how each game matters, no matter if it's a third place game or what, and you obviously want to get a better seeding this year going into the state, and your goals are obviously to win it all.
I think they understand more this year because of what happened last year about what that means, because we went into overtime with Harding Academy, had 36 turnovers, right. 36. Lost in overtime. Definitely a game we should have won, and that would have put us opposite in the state bracket. Right. So every postseason tournament, it matters, the seeding and all of that. So I think they're just more focused and thinking about that this year than last year. And just I was proud of them last year for getting there. Of course, we were upset, but I told my seniors I wanted a legacy to start, and they did. And right. These sophomores and juniors are just keeping it along.
That's right. Adding some pieces to the team, getting younger players like Paisley Standards to step up. She got a few games I've got to see. She's gotten into the game and done some things. Talk to me about this year's team a little bit more, and just how it's different and how you're moving the ball around and things of that nature.
I'll start with practice. It's different in practice. I mentioned earlier that I asked for a certain, focus and work level that we have in practice every day. There's going to be some games when we've had them so far this year where we're not going to have some competition that we would like. So every day in practice, they have to do their best to make each other better. And it's the fact that I have Kenzie and Logan battling and fouling, and there's blood, and then at the end of practice they're high-fiving and saying, good job, good move. As a coach, it's so extremely blessed to have that. We, drama-free, everyone's excited for everyone. My starters are actually only averaging 2 quarters, but they're the biggest cheerleaders for the others going in. And I think in postseason, getting some of these other players minutes is going to be the best thing that can happen.
Yes, ma'am. It's exciting to see how the program has really just seems to take another step every year. I mean, obviously it's a long season, but right now we're off to a hot start. One of the top teams in 3A. So if you haven't seen the Dover Lady Pirates yet, definitely check them out. They're a team to watch. They will be at the Arkansas Sports Network Classic at Tucker Coliseum on January 4th, taking on the Box Out Lady Miners. And there's a lot of games. You can contact us, message us, find out how to get tickets for that. Love to see y'all there. But Coach Williams, that's all we got today. I appreciate the interview, and go Lady Pirates. Thank you. We have the Dover Lady Pirates here. We got 3 representatives. Logan Young, senior on the team. Kenzie McCrotty, a junior, and another senior in Kadee Keaster. Y'all are off to a hot start, 5-0 on the year. Talk to me about what it's been like so far early in the season in games, and what kind of your goals are as you progress throughout the season. Logan, you can start.
We've just been finding our chemistry and trying to work on things that we need to work on, especially in practice. We've been working on it. We have a great team that can help us build our success and try to find our way.
I love that we have a team that can like we can beat up on each other and have a great practice and still be friends in the end. And I know Logan, me and her beat up on each other a lot. But it's fun having a team like from the past and from now that can always just like be friends with each other in the end and make each other better.
I think these first couple games, coming out strong and controlling the possession, whenever we can, that'll help us. So.
Yes, ma'am. Kadee Keaster, you came over from Atkins your first year at Dover. What's the experience been like in this community, in this school district, playing with this team?
It's good. I love it. Everywhere you go is going to be a little different atmosphere, and everybody having the same goals, is important to me. And I'm excited to see how much we improve this season, and just excited.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, started out 5-0. You've got wins over County Line, Dardanelle, Pottsville, Clarksville, and Lavaca. All those were double-digit wins, except for Dardanelle. It was an 8-point win. Talk to me about how that game went that night against a tough San Lucer team.
I think that game, we didn't shoot the best, and they were definitely looking for a win, and it was at their place, so it was a lot more Dardanelle atmosphere, but we still stuck through it even though our shots weren't going the way we necessarily wanted them to.
I thought there was a lot of missed easy shots that normally we wouldn't miss, but that's part of basketball. You're not going to make everything, but finding a way to win at the end of the ball game was important for us, and we did that. So
I think shots weren't falling, some turnovers, some people in foul trouble, but we found a way to win it.
Right. Just play hard, and a lot of games that way are not always what the coach draws up, but the fact that you were able to get a win, scrap through it, and shows a lot of things about your team and y'all's character and your work ethic and persevering there. So that's a great victory. You're fixing to get ready for this Scranton tournament. Starting tonight, you've got Scranton. What do y'all got to do to get a win against the Rockets? Go ahead. Kadee, you can start off.
I just think come out, control the ball. Getting the possession on the tip is very important for us. Getting that, little bit of excitement, right at the beginning and help us carry on throughout the game.
Definitely have to be ready playing in their atmosphere rather than at home, and just pressure them from the beginning and play hard.
I think our defense will lead to our offense. It's a way to build a win, build the lead.
Yeah, Coach Melton, a couple of y'all played for him back, a few years ago. I think he came from, he's not from there originally, but he coached at Scranton before he came over here at some point. And that's a tough place to get a win. They care a lot about basketball. There's a lot of teams. Bergman, team y'all played in the state last year. They're a team they probably already played 10, probably 20 games almost at this point. They'll have football, so they get started early. So it's definitely a place you gotta be ready when you go in there, because they're looking to knock off the Giant for sure. Looks like you're going to have Mulberry tomorrow, and then you're actually going to stop the Classic for a little bit there and come home and play Two Rivers in a conference game to start the season. So what is kind of y'all's goals going into each game? Does Coach do y'all get a little bit of a game plan going into each opponent?
Yeah, we usually have our opponents stats and stuff and what we need to do against them, our defense that we will run against them, and what offensive will work.
Coach Williams always does a great job of having a scouting report for us and letting us know our goal for the games and what we need to do versus things that we need to stop. And she always makes us progress.
She always reminds us, on huddle. And so, most of us watch the games anyways, and we still get a scouting report, which is important. And I just think us playing hard like we always do will ultimately come on top, but, you have to do the things that the coach asks you to do, and most of the time you will win. So.
Right. So you start conference play then you go back to Scranton to play Danville, is that correct, on Saturday? And you all end up closing out the Classic over there. Are these holiday tournaments, are they fun? Do y'all like playing in them?
Yeah, I like it.
I like playing in tournaments and seeing different people who you wouldn't normally match up with.
Just to bring that up, we actually, and y'all are going to be in our ASN Classic at Arkansas Tech on the 4th, playing in the Bauxite Lady Miners. Are you excited about playing at obviously Logan over here going to play there next year, but what's it going to be like playing in that arena?
Things be different. It's a very college-like atmosphere. People watching you that usually wouldn't be watching you, and I think it's a great opportunity to showcase your skills.
Yes, ma'am. What is some of the things that Coach Williams kind of goals y'all have on this season and the ultimate goal? I know last year you made state. You had to play Bergman in the first round. They eventually won. Been a powerhouse program for several years, especially in the last few years. It was a tough draw in the first round. What's your goals going into this season? And, eventually is winning a state championship your ultimate goal?
Yeah, I think winning a state championship is obviously our ultimate goal. We need to work towards it, though, every game. And it won't come easy. I think we had a great team last year that pushed us to go to state, but this year we also have a great team, and hopefully we'll go further.
I think a lot of it will come down to regionals and, making sure we get that win to be placed in a good spot in state. It just goes game by game, having fun each game, improving.
Yeah, they kind of wrapped it up, but we got to go game by game and can't look over anybody, no matter the record, scores, or nothing. But as long as we take care of business each step of the way, I think we'll reach our goal. So.
Yeah, so both of y'all, or all of y'all, the conference realigned this year, and it's a lot different. You've got, you're losing Lamar, you're losing, I'm trying to think, some of the others out of it. But now you've got Two Rivers, you've got Glen Rose, you've got, you still have Mayflower. Tell me what that's like as you kind of look at the conference and what you think might kind of happen and come out of that. Who are the teams that you need to worry about them? I know you got to worry about them all, but if you could say there's a couple of headliners early on, who would be two of the teams you think that might be, right there vying for a title?
Probably Baptist Prep.
And Mayflower, probably.
They're both very scrappy teams, a little bit young, but also some others got new team members. And definitely have to look at all, but those two are definitely the main two that I would say.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, both of those programs, big-time programs. Mayflower, of course, has been so good the last, for a very long time. Half decade for sure, they've been right there at the top. Baptist Prep, I saw them in regional last year. They got some young pieces that they're going to be a really good team. So it's going to be fun to see how it shakes up this year in conference. And everybody I know at the Dover community is very excited to watch y'all. One last thing, what's it like kind of playing out there where with Kadee adding to the team, really moving the ball around crisply? I noticed that the other night in the Pottsville game. It was a lot of fun to see. What's it like playing with someone that can really facilitate like that?
I think we're also learning from her. Passes that you wouldn't normally get. You gotta be ready at all times, and she can go and score whenever she wants to. It's a really good asset to our team.
I think it's similar to what Logan says. It's fun to see other people make passes that they wouldn't normally have seen, but because Kadee's here, it's fun to see everybody be able to see the court too.
And Kadee, what's it like playing with two 1,000-point scorers beside you here?
It's fun. I love being able to pass the ball to everybody. I'm big on that, but just seeing them be able to go get a bucket whenever we need to, or they just want to, it's fun to watch, and I love it. So.
All right, well, that's our Dover Lady Pirates. They started out the season 5-0. They're going to play Scranton tonight, and then they're going to get ready for conference play coming Friday against Two Rivers at home. Well, thank you all for interviewing with me today, and good luck and go Pirates. Thank y'all.